University degrees have been touted for decades as a surefire way of landing a job at a company and being successful, however one might define that, but presumably meaning financially well off. Now, I'd argue that's debatable and that's quite a blanket statement to make. It really depends on a number of factors whether one is successful or financially well off. But what if you just wanted to own your own business? What if you wanted to be an entrepreneur? What degree do you need? Do you even need a degree? In this video, I'll answer that question and share with you a few really important points and statistics to consider, so stay tuned. Hey folks, Richard Walls here, and if you're new to the channel, what it's all about is helping you with career development and personal finance. So if those two topics interest you, then consider subscribing down below and hitting the notification bell so you get notified of when I post new content. So with that said, let's get to it. So if you were to look up this question in Google, which is what degree do you need to own a business, you're going to get no shortage of articles talking about the different degrees that you can get that would be useful. Now, what you'll likely find for the average business owner, irrespective of industry or profession, is that the most valuable and likely versatile degree is a business degree. And as far as business degrees are concerned, there are many programs out there, and many of them have focus areas or specializations in certain business fields, like marketing or finance or even accounting. But whatever it is, what you're going to get is a well-rounded business education. Now, while this won't make you an expert in all things business, but it will give you a really good foundation, and it's going to help spark ideas, and it's going to help spark questions about starting or running a business that you otherwise might not have. For example, when you start and run a business, you may have a better idea of how to market your product or service. And with a business degree, you may also be familiar enough with accounting enough to know that, hey, I need to focus on accounting and get my finances in order, especially for tax purposes. And you would also have some sense of financial concepts, because whenever you go to get a loan or get some kind of investment, you're needing money from someone, you need to have a strong business case, and a lot of that revolves around financial projections of your venture. And having a business degree is going to give you a well-rounded sense of all those elements. Now, other degrees to perhaps consider are ones that are related to the profession that you're going to be in. For example, if you wanted to open an architecture firm, it would probably be fairly helpful to have a degree in architecture. If you wanted to start a public relations firm, a PR firm, having a degree in that would also be likely quite helpful. But I'll stress here though that the degree is going to be more important in particular in the event that you have little or no experience. Having the degree is going to help with your credibility. So now that you know that, I'm going to backtrack a little bit and ask the question, do you actually need a four-year university degree? What the statistics tell us, this was a survey done back in 2017 by CNBC that surveyed business owners, which showed that the majority of business owners did not have a four-year degree. Now, the beauty of being a business owner or entrepreneur is that you're not reliant on a company or a recruiter to determine whether you're worth hiring on the basis of a degree. Now, really, whether you're successful is a function of how hard you're willing to work, as well as your ability to demonstrate meaningful value for others with what you have to offer, enough value such that people will pay you for it. So as an example, if you opened up a photography business, what do you think is going to be the question that potential clients would ask? A, can you give me some examples of photos you've taken? Or B, wait a minute, what degree do you have? I certainly hope you answered A, because that's the question that anyone, really, I would imagine, I certainly would, ask of a photographer. I want to know what work they've done in the past. As a different example, let's say you are a designer of some sort and you design sunglasses. Maybe it's unique in some way and that's your business. Now, do you think people are going to care about what degree you have before they buy the sunglasses? Or do you think they are just going to want to see the sunglasses, try them on, see if they like it, and then they decide to buy it or not? Think of your business owners that create art or some kind of material good and sells them on Etsy. So the bottom line is really degrees don't have a lot of relevance when it comes to the success of someone owning a business and operating it successfully. So a 4-year university degree is far from necessary, but there are a few points to consider that I want to leave you with if you're looking to start and run your own business. First point is there are a lot of very affordable degree options out there that can prove to be quite useful. And in fact, a lot of these degree options, you can find them online. You can actually complete degrees online, and it's going to give you a really good educational base. And seeing as you can do this online, you don't have to delay starting a business. You don't have to put everything on hold to do this degree. You can make it fit within your lifestyle. Second point is there are also certifications that you can go out and explore, so you can really get what you learn in a degree for a fraction of the cost. Really depends on the certification, depends on the industry that you're going into. But again, those are also some low-cost options that you may come across. And third point, apart from both of those, there are plenty, a huge ocean of free resources out there on just about any subject you want to learn, including business. There are so many valuable resources out there. You don't need a degree. If you want just the knowledge and the education and the know-how, you can find this all online for free. May take you a little bit more work because it's not in some cases, a structured way like a degree might be. But nonetheless, all the content is there and available to you in many cases for free. I've got links to a lot of that stuff. If you check out some of the other videos on my channel, I link to that. Even, for example, on Coursera.org, that's a platform that I've used for many years that I highly recommend. A lot of paid options and a lot of free options as well. So I recommend you check that out. Check the link below. But here's the moral of the story with me sharing those 3 points is that if you can get away with spending very little money on education, or in some cases no money at all, then certainly do that. If you can get a degree for very little money, it would make sense. I think you would find pretty good value in that. Now, this obviously means that you're likely not going to be attending any kind of super prestigious university. You're not going to be going to Harvard or Yale or Wharton or anything like that. But that's not the point. The point is getting a degree is going to help you with your education, your knowledge, but more importantly, it's going to help boost your credibility in certain areas. And for certain professions, it matters maybe a little bit more, and some others maybe less. But it is an advantage, and if you can find a way to not spend much money on it, then it's certainly worth considering. Hope that answers the question and gives you some ideas to think about as you look to start and run your own business. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.